Good morning, pack leaders. This is Hian from Friends of Irony, and today we're going to be doing a Mad Hatter tutorial on the coin NEBL NEBL ETH pair. So let's go ahead and switch over and start it up. So I was just looking at the NEBL here. It looks like it's increasing in market cap here, and could be showing a sign of a breakout. Looks like it is. So we're going to go ahead and create that coin. So NEBL. $18. Okay. So let's go ahead and start from scratch. And let's go to the NEBL Mad Hatter and EBL slash ETH. Alright, so let's go ahead and find that pair. And create it. Alright. Let's give a few seconds here. They should appear on the bottom. And there it is. So let's go ahead and jump right to full screen. This is about $18. I'm gonna say around $20. So 5 of these guys will make $100. If you're trading 1,000 of them, that'd be 50. So let's go ahead and switch that up to 50 and save that. So it's good to kind of spread it out because you don't want to sink all your portfolio into one coin as you're creating all these bots. I'd say, you know, allocate 10% each of your portfolio to all the coins. So that way there's at least, if you have 20 of them, at least 50% of them are deployed. If you have like, you know, 10 grand, then you at least deploy, you know, 5 of them, and then the other 5 might sit around, or you could deploy the whole thing. So if you have, you know, 10 grand, I would probably try to set up 20 bots, each using $1,000, so that you'll have some, you know, enough bots to deploy and, you know, use the cash that it's supposed to use. Alright, so based on this, just going off the default again, RSI, just making sure they all kind of touch a little bit. So there's a little bit there touching, it's okay. But the bottom doesn't touch very much. I really don't have an explanation of why I do it this way, but so I'm gonna go raise my buy level up so that it's barely touching, so that it crosses over. So when it crosses over, it's showing buy signals, and when it crosses the top, it'll show sell signals a little more frequently than it already is. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I might lower just a little bit so these will touch too. Let's go ahead with 70, and let's kind of look at it. There you go. It's a little more, you know, touch points on the sell level, so it's good to go. All right, so now I am going to actually just from experience, I'm gonna uncheck these from now on. And then my minimum price to change is about $1 here. Looks like there's $1 changes, $1 grids. So no, is that $1? No, it's 10 cents. It's 21. What did I just say? It's 20 bucks. Yeah, about 20 bucks. So I'm gonna guess it's gonna move about $1 from each grid. Okay. So there's another opportunity there, opportunity there, opportunity there on that climb. A lot of $1 moves. $1 move, $1 move. So that happens quite frequently. You could probably do a tube move, but then that happens less frequently. So $1 moves seems to be happening more frequently here. Alright, so based on that, we can do a quick calculation on a $1 move out of 20. That seems to be a I don't do math anymore after I graduated college. I told myself to stop thinking because we have calculators now. Ha 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 ha. Take that, professors. And we don't care if we do it as a team, because that's how we get through life, is working as a team. Not trying to memorize numbers and equations. 5%. So let's do 5% moves right here for, you know, we're trying to sell. And I leave this at 0.1 so that we have a little bit of uptrend before we, you know, buy. We don't want to buy on a downtrend. So there it is. We're going to go ahead and back test it right off the bat for 2 weeks. Alright, so what do we get? Kind of 16.128%. Now, I've been working on an auto tuning bot, changing all these numbers, but I'm starting to feel that the moving average type is more important to focus and start with, and then tune the numbers afterwards. Because I noticed the biggest change happens on the auto tuning bot. So from 12 to from 16, Trima, back test that. 15. I should probably screenshot this stuff. There we go. And based on the moving average type, certain ones work way better for certain coins, it seems like, based on their characteristics. Save. Back test. And I would also probably recommend in the getting into the habit of clearing out your history. Sometimes it might get confused or whatever. T3, 17%, that's a new high, so let's go ahead and screenshot that. And then we're going to move on to SMA. I think we already did, but I didn't get to grab a screenshot, so let me make sure this is still better than the rest, or if not, I'll scrap it. 12, no, not as good. Okay, we'll move on. Mama. But I'll be running my auto tuning bot on all of them just to see if that is the case. If it starts up high, it probably ends up high. Who knows? But as I get more and more experience with this, I might just change it to going straight off with the moving average types first, and then tweaking the numbers from there. You'll definitely save a lot of computational power and time to find the results. 12. $15. Alright, so it seems like T3 is the best. So let's go with that. Alright, let's back test this. Now that we have the 17, now let's go ahead and switch this back on and off, see if that does anything different to it. 17.44, slightly better. We'll keep it. Require full candle close. $17,886, that's even better. Let's try this one too. $13, not as good. Okay. So now let's go look at it and see what is it actually doing, not just randomly clicking numbers. It did hold the bag for about 5 days here. Sold and then bought and held the bag for about a good week before it was able to get out. Do we want that? Maybe, maybe not. Let's see what happens when I undo this. I don't like to hold the bag for more than 3 to 4 days. A week is too long for me. In 5 days, holding the bag. This holds the bag for a good week or two and then gets in and out pretty quickly from that point on. Let's allow mid sales so that it's more relaxed. 1, 5, 7 days. Let's uncheck that, see if that makes anything different. Reset middle. No, it hasn't really changed much, so 17.6, actually that is pretty good. That is one of the better ones. Okay, what did I do? I need to screenshot it, so I must have lost it now. Allow mid sales. Hopefully it's saved, actually saved. Okay, that might have been it. One. It's okay. I kind of don't like it. Ooh, 19. Oh, what happened? All of a sudden, right? So I guess it didn't save, but that is a new high. 19%. So these check marks do help out. It looks like it's definitely a lot better. It doesn't hold it as long now. There's a little bit of a sell between. So allow mid sells, reset the middle, and we don't reset it. We don't require that. 19%. 3 days here, and then sold, bought. 2 days sold, and then 148. Hold the bags for about almost 7-8 days here. It's a little over a week, and then bought sold. So just based on that, know the characteristics. So if it gets stuck for a week, let it be stuck for a week. It will probably get us out at the end of the week, so don't be trigger happy and sell out on it too soon. Let's go ahead and look at full screen. I'm gonna go a little more detail now and see what else we can do to it. We're gonna look at the open analyzer, see where it traded, and see what we can do to kind of understand what it's doing. So it sells here, buys here, sells here. Could have sold higher? Yeah, it could have. And what else did it do? It was a little bottom of pause. It bought a little high here, which is not cool. But what can we do to tell it to not buy there? 5% wasn't high enough. If this was a 0.5%. If we had bought a little lower, we would have gotten out. I bought a little too high. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and open the bot. Let's see if we can control some of the stuff here. We're going to look at Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands is when it kind of, you see when it touches down here, it'll buy, and then sell signals start to happen. But all three of these have to concur in order for the sell signal to actually happen. Sometimes I see it, but I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe it just has to hit the middle line to sell. And then it's not selling because of this, because it's not giving the full 5%. Maybe 2.5% will make it sell better. I'm not sure, So this is kind of trying to make and look at it. We should have had a buy signal somewhere down here, but it didn't buy. So what we could do is make it a little bit more trigger happy. Well, I did buy here and sold that here. Let's see here. So let's do this. See what this does. Open by 10. Makes the bands a little bigger. Wow, it really gets outside the band. Sell. Let me just kind of look at the characteristics quick before I do anything. That's inside the band now. And 20. So these are the I think the length and number of days that it kind of does as average. 2 is in the middle. It goes in a range from 1 to 3. If I made this a 1, it'll most likely sell more often. Okay. And then when I made this a 3, it'll unlikely buy. You'll see more sell signals. Okay. So I wanted to buy here. How can I force this to happen? Okay, so that's what I'm going to try to do right now. So in order for me to buy more, I need to lower my number less than 2, so 1.5. I'll have more buy signals hopefully. So there it is right there. Let me try to lower even more. And if the bands aren't doing anything, then you have to change this number to get it to the length in order to get the buy signals to show up more often, I believe. So there's more reds. So it looks like I need to go the opposite direction here. There's more greens, reds over here. There's more greens now. Alright, so it's going to be buying all the way over here. It's a little bit too trigger happy. Let's go with the 5. Try to push this green out. 20, 2.5. Alright, so that's kind of going a little bit over here. I'm trying to push this red all the way out here. That's what I'm trying to get at. Let's try and make this a little more reluctant to sell. 2.1, 3. Is he really gonna sell a lot? Okay, 0.5. Oh, that didn't do it. 15. 60. Really broke the top band. Wow, okay. Alright, so we go 3 here. Close, RSI, follow bands, 1. Alright, so it just looks like this move is really unnatural to the channel or the bands. So all this is going to start to sell. It seems like it's just going to sell. It's not catching up to it. So it is what it is. Let me just go ahead and revert back to it. I normally just let the bot then do its thing because, you know, doing it back testing it. What we can do ourselves is just, you know, do a little bit by little and see if that improves it a little bit. If it does, keep pushing forward. If it doesn't, then, you know, lower it. So let's go ahead and see if it increases from 17.9. It is now 19.4 to 19.49, so that did increase it. So let's go ahead and grab a snapshot of that too. And what I'll do again is push it farther up, 2.2, back test again. And does that improve it? 20, so that helps. So let's keep pushing it, right? Now, also, 1.9, let's see if this helped it. $20.123, 21. That also helped it. So let's keep pushing that one down, 1 point at a time. $20.015, not anymore. So let's revert back to 1.9. Okay, and let's push this up again, 2.3. I want to make sure I saved it and ran it correctly. I should be clearing my history. 19.3 clear. Alright, so that didn't improve it from the 20%, so let's revert back to 2.2. And we'll make that standard there. Go back to this again. 20%, 21, 20.18. Alright, so that's the best I can do. Moving with the Bollinger Bands. Let's see, do I have any other settings here? That's it, just allow middle. These two seems to uncheck it, so test these two also, that seems to help. RSI, we could play with it up and down a little bit also to see if it helps more, but you do spend a lot more time with it, and then we have a lot more bots to create, so it's just it's more of an art. So depending on what your criteria is, I think I like to try to aim 30%. Anything over 15 to 20% is good. Anything less than 10 I don't really like, and it's probably not the bot for it. If that's all we can get from it, then we'll probably switch to a flash crash bot if that's the case. Alright, so go ahead and if you guys want, test out those settings, see if it helps you out, and if it does, let me know. Alright, so I'm gonna run this off myself and add it to my list of bots to run, and if I happen to have a coin available for it, then we'll run it. Alright, thank you. You guys have a good one. Enjoy.